The Journey of Awakening, Oliver, the Weeping Bear, and the Forest's Enigma Part 1, The Twilight Glow, The Pain of the Past, and the First Footsteps in Tranquility, The Melody of Nature, and a silent call as the sunset descended, painting the sky with brilliant hues of red, orange, and deep purple. Oliver, a man who cherished his post-work strolls, chose the familiar path leading deep into the quiet forest. At first, he nearly sought solace, a moment of tranquility amid the clamor of urban life. But it wasn't long before something extraordinary occurred, one that would upend Oliver's entire worldview. Imagine yourself walking along a narrow trail with the gentle rustling of leaves beneath your feet when suddenly, amidst the serene backdrop, you hear a soft, sorrowful cry. It is not the cry of a human but rather the plaintive call of a wild creature. In that very moment, Oliver's gaze locked with that of a bear, not an ordinary, fierce beast, but one whose eyes brimmed with an inexplicable sorrow, as if pleading for help. In that split second, memories, reflections, and deep-seated emotions surged within Oliver. This was not merely a chance encounter between man and nature. It was the intersection of a painful past and a hopeful future, message that nature, in its own silent language, sought to convey whether we were ready to listen or not. Chapter 1. The Twilight Glow and a mysterious appearance. Oliver set out along his well-worn trail, yet on that day, the forest air felt markedly different. Each beam of the setting sun ignited a myriad of complex emotions within him, creating a picture of nature that was as beautiful as it was tinged with melancholy. Every step he took resonated like the beat of a nervous heart, and before he knew it, he encountered something he could have only imagined in dreams or, perhaps, in the haunted recollections of past loss. Deep within the ancient woods, beneath the sprawling canopy of time-worn trees, Oliver suddenly saw a puzzling sight, a massive bear. But this bear did not exude the wild ferocity typical of its kind. Instead, it turned its back, its head bowed in sorrow. The low, muffled sounds emanating from the bear were unmistakable, a heart-wrenching cry echoing in the stillness of the forest. Standing there, Oliver was struck by the contradiction. The bear's imposing presence contrasted sharply with the palpable pain it seemed to bear. How could a creature known for its wild instincts express emotions so humanly? He wondered, as countless thoughts and emotions swirled within him. Was this fate's sign, or merely a rare anomaly of nature? Chapter 2. The Agony of the Past and the Convergence of Solace. Beyond the initial shock, Oliver discerned something deeply familiar yet strikingly alien in the bear's eyes. It wasn't merely an animal's sadness, it was as if the creature was conveying a call from its own painful past, a past filled with untold stories and losses long forgotten by time. As the storyteller, have experienced similar moments when an unexpected encounter stirred deep emotions, evoking memories of loss and heartbreak. Sometimes, a mere glance or gesture can remind us of cherished yet painful memories, of moments that have left an indelible mark on our souls. And in that very moment, Oliver found a connection, a mysterious link between his inner self and the wild creature before him. Even as every instinct screamed run, Oliver's curiosity and empathy kept him rooted in place. Slowly he stepped closer, each move punctuated by the unspoken question, how can a wild creature harbor such deep sorrow? What is it asking for? This feeling transcended simple amazement. It opened the door to an inner journey where each of us might find parts of ourselves reflected in nature's silent calls. Looking into the bear's shimmering, sorrow-laden eyes, Oliver almost heard an entire symphony of wounded souls. Perhaps, he thought, each of us hides scars beneath the surface, stories of pain that we dare not voice. And in that moment, his curiosity evolved into a journey not only to understand the bear but also to uncover the secrets behind a world we often assume to be serene and safe. Chapter 3. Following the trail of mysterious, Oliver's encounter was more than a random meeting. It gradually unveiled a larger picture, a tapestry interweaving human life and nature, of a past meeting the present. After that poignant exchange of gazes with the bear, the creature unexpectedly turned, and began to move away as if silently inviting Oliver to follow on a path that promised unforeseen wonders. "Follow it," Oliver murmured to himself, torn between fear and hope. Every step in pursuit of the bear opened a new chapter in his life, a chapter that he had never dared to imagine. The forest grew denser, shadows lengthened, yet the feeble glow of the twilight lingered like a reminder that even behind darkness, marvels awaited discovery. On this journey, Oliver was not only facing the forest's strange phenomena but also listening intently to the whispers of the past. Every branch, every rustle of leaves told a story of moments of joy intertwined with sorrow, of memories that time might have nearly erased yet still pulsed quietly in the heart of the woods. I believe that moments like these are when we truly feel alive, not only as individuals but as part of a grander, interconnected existence. Oliver's path became a testament to the idea that nature speaks to us often in subtle ways, inviting us to listen with our hearts. Chapter 4. The silent plea from a painful past. As Oliver ventured deeper into the forest, the atmosphere grew ever more mysterious and enchanted. Every step, every breath of the cool night air carried whispers of painful stories, tales of creatures once wounded by life's cruelty, of souls crying out in silence. The bear, with its soulful eyes brimming with sorrow, communicated everything without uttering a word. Perhaps, within its heart, the scars were not just physical but also the imprints of a past too painful to forget. Oliver felt this pain acutely, and with it, a surge of personal reflection, as if he, too, was forced to confront long-buried memories. I wonder, do we all carry a piece of that same sadness? Does our past etch itself so deeply that we yearn for even a moment of relief? He pondered. As the forest breeze mingled with the aroma of damp earth and decaying leaves, this journey was not merely about finding solace. It was about healing, about embracing the forgotten parts of our souls. For me, Oliver's story is a powerful reminder that we often overlook the subtle signals of our inner world. Just when we think life is ordinary, fate might offer us a glimpse of something extraordinary. It is in these moments when we dare to face our hidden truths that we truly begin to live. Chapter 5. Choices and the first steps into the dark. After the bear turned and gradually melted into the darkness of the forest, Oliver stood silently, absorbing every detail. He understood that following the bear wasn't an impulsive act. It was a heartfelt decision, a call from within that demanded he confront his own limits. This choice came with risk but also with the promise of hope, a fusion of fear and trust, driven by a mixture of trepidation and an inexplicable inner resolve. Oliver took those first uncertain steps after the bear. Each step, though tentative, marked the opening of a new chapter, where the old rules of time and space seemed to dissolve, giving way to wonders and mysteries beyond imagination. I cannot help but recall moments in my own life when stepping into the unknown was the only way to reclaim a part of myself. Much like Oliver, we sometimes must leave behind the safety of our familiar world to confront truths that can heal even the deepest wounds. Chapter 6. The forest's whisper and the harmony of solace. Oliver began to follow the bear's unbidden steps. The surrounding nature transformed into an entirely new realm. The rustling of leaves, the murmur of a nearby stream, and even the occasional song of a bird blended together into a symphony of life. Each sound carried a message, a whisper from the forest, recounting ancient stories that only those with sensitive hearts could decipher. Oliver felt as though he had stepped into another world, where time slowed down and every moment held profound meaning. Perhaps it is in these moments of unity with nature that we truly understand the value of life, he murmured softly, his voice laden with both wonder and conviction. In that instant, everything around him, every ray of light, every gust of wind, every subtle sound became a vibrant part of nature's grand tapestry. From my perspective, these are the rare moments when the soul is set free from the confines of a harsh reality. Experiences like Oliver's remind us that life, with all its fleeting pains and joys, is a treasure waiting to be fully embraced. Chapter 7. A pinnacle of enchantment, and the first shack offered long, As Oliver ventured further, he realized that the bear was not merely a wild animal, it carried a tragic story within. In the instant their eyes met, as if the world around them came to a standstill, time itself seemed to pause. In that suspended moment, only two souls remained, a human with unspoken grief, and a creature burdened by a past filled with suffering. It was then that Oliver understood some mysteries cannot be explained by words alone, they must be felt with the heart. Perhaps every one of us carries a hidden sorrow past we dare not recall, he whispered, watching the bear's subtle yet meaningful gestures. In that moment, all rationalizations about wild instincts faded away, replaced by a profound empathy, a connection that transcended the barriers between human and animal. I too felt that deep stirring, a moment when words became superfluous, and the shared pain and hope between two beings spoke louder than anything else. Oliver, in that instance, discovered not only the nature of the bear but also, in many ways, rediscovered himself, a man willing to listen, to understand, and to step beyond the confines of comfort in search of truth. Chapter 8. The imprint of those first footsteps. Next segment of Oliver's journey led him along a narrow, shadowed path where the daylight dimmed with every step. Each movement he made while following the bear was more than a physical act, it was an inner exploration, a quest to uncover the truths hidden beneath the surface of everyday reality. The deep forest seemed to guard its secrets well, with every worn path and scar on an ancient trunk bearing witness to untold stories of yesteryears. Oliver recalled the times he felt utterly alone in a bustling crowd, when all the voices around him seemed empty echoes. Now, amidst the raw wilderness, he discovered a profound authenticity. Everything appeared truer, more intense. Emotion surged within him, a blend of sorrow, nostalgia, and a burgeoning belief that there existed something greater beyond the tangible world. Such moments, I believe, serve as powerful reminders that even amidst pain, there is beauty, and through our struggles, we can uncover the light that leads to healing. Chapter 9. An unexpected companion. When the bear redefined meaning suddenly, as Oliver lost himself in thought, the bear halted and turned back as if to ensure that its companion was still following through the labyrinthine forest. Its eyes, once clouded with sorrow, now shone with a clarity that seemed to beckon him onward. That gesture spoke silently. Trust me, this journey will take us to a place where everything makes sense. That moment marked a turning point. Without hesitation or lingering fear, Oliver began to follow the bear with renewed trust in his heart. Each step was a silent promise to himself, a promise to face the pain, to embrace the truth no matter how bitter it might be. For me, that is nature's most potent message. Only by daring to cross our internal boundaries can we truly achieve freedom. Observing Oliver's steady progress, it was as if we were witnessing a metamorphosis from a man seeking refuge in the solace of nature to a warrior of the spirit ready to confront the past and forge a new future. In that instance, the shared empathy between man and beast, between past and present, was vividly and undeniably real. Chapter 10. The breath of the forest, a prelude to new horizons. Darkness began to settle. The forest grew denser yet resonated with the sounds of life. Oliver and the bear pressed on, and every whisper of the forest, every scent carried a story and narrative of pain intertwined with hope. The rustling of leaves, the gentle rush of the stream, even the soft murmur of the wind, all melded into a ballad celebrating both the agony and the healing power of life. I recall moments when I, too, felt enveloped by the wildest sensation, so liberating that the confines of everyday life seemed to vanish. In that profound silence, Oliver found clarity, a realization that every hardship, every tear shed, was a stepping stone toward renewal. His journey was not solely about traversing the physical terrain, but also about embracing the painful truths necessary for growth. These moments, when life's duality is most visible, remind us that even amidst our suffering, there exists the potential for redemption, for reclaiming our true selves. Chapter 11. The beginning of a greater mysterious. Oliver ventured deeper. The traces of a long-hidden past became ever more evident, a narrow, time-worn trail stretched before him, inviting him into another world, a realm where every nook held its own secret, where every shadow whispered mysteries yet to be solved. In the cooling air of an evening slipping into night, Oliver sensed that his journey was not solely about following a bear, it was also about uncovering the layers of history, the forgotten memories etched into the very soil. "I'm following in the footsteps of a past drenched in tears and loss, yet also brimming with hope," he murmured, his eyes fixed on the determined figure of the bear as it advanced with unexpected confidence. "From my perspective, moments like these teach us that life is far more than what meets the eye. Behind every event, behind every image, lies a story of existence, of pain, and of the belief that even in darkness, there is light." And Oliver, with every cautious step, invited us to partake in the unveiling of secrets long held captive by time. Chapter 12. A temporary rest and deep reflections. As night gradually blanketed the forest, Oliver was compelled to pause beneath an ancient tree, a natural haven where he could hear the rhythmic beating of his own heart. Under a star-studded sky, his thoughts flowed like a gentle symphony, mingling nostalgia with hope. In that quiet moment, he reflected on the past memories of loss, the silent tears of countless souls battered by life's cruelty. He wondered, in the midst of modern chaos, do we ever find the courage to truly listen to our own hearts, as well as to the call of nature? These meditations were not solely his. They resonated with anyone who had ever endured and spoken sorrows, and I, as the narrator, was reminded of the profound value of life, that by confronting our buried memories, we can awaken to a future illuminated by hope. Chapter 13. A promise of awakening, a new mark on the road of discovery. After a period of quiet rest under the sheltering branches, Oliver gathered his strength and rose, determined to continue his journey. The bear, as if understanding his renewed resolve, turned its head once more, its eyes now reflecting a message of urgency and promise. "Follow me." And so, with a heart both hopeful and apprehensive, Oliver resumed his steps along a new, unfamiliar trail, a path that promised to unearth long-forgotten memories and reveal the lessons hidden within a painful past. He sensed that this journey would not only help him rediscover himself, but also remind him that life's most profound miracles often lie in the simplest moments: a falling leaf, the murmur of the wind, or the empathetic gaze of an animal that seems to speak the language of the soul. Chapter 14. Personal reflections and boundless empathy. Through this journey, not only did Oliver feel a deep connection with the bear, but I too was moved by the undeniable harmony between human emotion and the raw pulse of nature. These experiences evoked memories of my own struggles with loneliness and the search for belonging. Perhaps each of us harbors a bear within, a part of our soul that yearns for healing, for understanding, by any means necessary. I believe that the message of this tale extends far beyond a strange encounter in the forest. It is a call to nurture empathy and compassion, reminding us that, regardless of our station in life, we all possess the ability to listen, to feel, and to spread goodness. Much like Oliver eventually realized, as he embraced the silent plea of the wild. Chapter 15. The intersection of reality and dreams. As Oliver ventured even deeper into the forest, the boundary between the tangible and the ethereal began to blur. Moss-covered branches, interplay of light and shadow beneath the moon, and the surreal ambience around him merged into a living canvas where the concrete and the dreamlike coexisted. In that timeless moment, the limitations of time seemed to dissolve. Oliver felt buoyed by an unseen force, the strength of hope and unyielding belief. Perhaps it is during moments like these that we realize life is never simply black and white. He mused softly, his voice filled with both determination and wonder. I cannot help but recall my own moments of drifting between reality and dreams, where the distinction between the two blurred, and every possibility seemed within reach. These are the moments when our spirit truly soars, unbound by fear or convention, a state of being that only those who live with their whole heart can experience. Chapter 16. The Bear's Guidance, a turning point at the threshold of new reals. Gradually, after hours of reflection, Oliver began to perceive that the bear was more than a guide through the dense forest. It was a symbol of awakening, a living embodiment of a painful past transformed into hope for the future. The bear's eyes, once clouded with sorrow, now radiated wisdom born of suffering, as if they had witnessed innumerable hardships only time could soothe. Oliver realized something profound. Every journey, no matter how solitary, bears the marks of past wounds, scars that time may never fully erase. Yet, it is precisely by confronting these wounds that one can open the door to healing, a healing nurtured by experience and the memory of loss. From my own perspective, this message resonates deeply. Nature itself seems to implore us, dare to face your imperfections, to acknowledge the pain as part of your story, for only then can true growth and freedom blossom. And as Oliver took each brave step, he slowly transformed into a beacon of courage, a living testament to perseverance in the face of destiny. Chapter 17. The first signs of a larger mysterious night deepened. Oliver sensed a subtle shift in the atmosphere, as if the forest were on the verge of unveiling a profound secret, something far greater than he had yet imagined. The soft rustling of leaves, the faint impressions along the trail, each seemed to be a fragment of a vast puzzle waiting to be assembled. In Oliver's mind, the bear appeared as the key to unlocking this mystery. Why is it leading me here? He wondered, his heart a mixture of intrigue and apprehension. Every small sign, every gentle sound contributed to the mosaic of a long-forgotten past, a story of sorrow, hidden deep within the forest's very essence. I feel that during moments like these, we are not mere observers, but active participants, witnesses to the marvels of nature. Oliver's journey, with all its unfinished fragments, opens a window into a world where history and the present converge, inviting us to listen to the stories the earth has to tell. Chapter 18. The tug-of-war between hope and fear. Standing at a dark, forked path deep in the forest, Oliver paused to reflect. In the midst of his swirling emotions caught between hope and fear, there came a moment of silence, a brief interlude in which he asked himself, "Do I have the courage to continue?" Perhaps it is in these uncertain moments that we come to understand the true value of life. Oliver realized that although the bear guided him, the ultimate journey was one he had to undertake alone. In that quiet instant, all worries and fears began to fade, replaced by an inner strength that surged forth, a strength born of faith, determination, and the longing to live life fully. I, too, have known the weight of fear when it feels as though it crushes every hope. Yet, in confronting that fear, we often discover a light within us that is impossible to extinguish. Oliver's journey is not just an adventure in the wilderness, it is a deeply personal quest to reclaim one's own soul. Chapter 19. A promise between reality and dreams. Before the final vestiges of twilight were swallowed by night, Oliver felt a distinct stirring, a promise bridging the real world and the realm of dreams. The bear, whose eyes had evolved from sorrow to steadfast faith, looked back at him as if to say, "Trust me, ahead lies something far greater than you've ever imagined." The murmurs of nature and the call of the deep forest combined into a powerful hymn of life and healing. Oliver recognized that every step he took was not only a stride forward in his personal journey but also a testament that, no matter where life leads us, we can always rediscover ourselves in even the most fragile of moments. For me, this is the most precious lesson. No matter how many obstacles or how much pain we encounter, if we dare to face our inner truths, the path to redemption and light is never truly lost. Chapter 20. Concluding Part 1. Standing on the threshold of unrevealed mysteries. As Oliver slowly emerged from the dense forest, his pace diminished as if to savor every moment. The emotions, the revelations, the unspoken words of the wild. The bear, his silent yet meaningful companion, gradually faded into the darkness, leaving behind the subtle reminder that the journey was far from over. In that moment, Oliver couldn't help but wonder, where am I headed? A wordless question laden with both hope and trepidation. He knew that the road ahead promised more secrets and deeper mysteries, and that thought quickened his heartbeat, the heartbeat of someone ready to face destiny head-on. And as I recount this story, I am reminded that sometimes the most profound wonders in life arise not from grand spectacles, but from the quiet moments, a look exchanged, a gentle gesture, or a silent call in the dark. Oliver's journey has unveiled a new horizon where past and present converge, and every pain can become a beacon of hope for the future.